This is BBC One, bulging at the seams for the grand final of Britain's Strongest Man.
Well, the Olympic Games begin in a couple of weeks' time. Citius, Altius, Fortius, fastest, highest, but it's the strongest that concern us here at Alton Towers, because today we're going to find out who is the strongest man in Britain. So battle about to be joined to be Britain's strongest man for this, the Citroën Van Trophy. And here at Alton Towers, amid the rhododendrons and the roller coasters, the big question is, can Glenn Ross retain the crown that he won last year, or can one of these 9 take the title from him? After 5 weeks of heats, these 10 men now face a series of Herculean tasks, including pulling buses, lifting cars, hauling chains and flipping tyres. This will be no place for the feeble or faint-hearted. Only the very strong need apply. Well, the rules of our competition are very straightforward. There are 10 competitors. They each take part in all of 7 disciplines, at the end of which there will be just one winner. So let's now meet our 10 men who all harbour ambitions of being crowned Britain's strongest man.
Everybody's looking in good form at the moment. Graham Mullins is looking very good, but you can never tell. Just one slip up and somebody else can go into the lead.
Are you eyeing victory here?
If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. Yeah, you've got to think that way.
The new man, Adrian, is looking very strong.
Have you dreamed about winning?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Yeah, going to South Africa would be brilliant.
Can you win it?
It'd be nice.
I'm going to go for it like everybody else. I mean, you've seen what we've done in the heats. I'm up for it.
I don't want to come 10th out of 10. No, I don't do coming last.
Who do you most fear?
Steve Brooks. To be quite honest with you, Steve will be the man to watch here.
I'm not very excited at all. I'm more nervous than anything else.
And how do you assess the rest of the field?
I don't think they've got a chance.
So the moment of truth is just about upon us. This is the first of our 7 events, and it really will sort the men from the boys. Each of these giant cylinders weighs 150 kilograms. In old money, that's a combined weight of getting on for 50 stone. It's called the super yoke, and at the end of this, nobody wants to have egg on their face. Our commentator is Paul Dickinson.
Well, the shortest man in the competition, just going out of shot, Andrew Raynes, Brian Bell from Scotland, big policeman there, Mal Kay from Scarborough, Graham Mullins, our film star, he's just appeared in Gladiators, and the defending champion, Glenn Ross from County Down.
Take your position.
2 heats of 5 strongmen. 25 metres the course, 300 kilograms the total. In the fastest possible time. They're away together. Malkay struggling a bit and he's gone down. And Glenn Ross is struggling too. Graham Mullins it is, who's setting the pace at the moment. This is very, very fast. On the far side, Andrew Raynes going quite well. Brian Bell gritting his teeth, but Graham Mullins is going to win it by a street. 18.7 seconds. Glenn Ross coming through into second place after a very slow start. Brian Bell in third. What a start by the gladiator Graham Mullins. Glenn Ross looking a bit perplexed. In defence of his title, he's come second in his first event, and Malkay will not finish the course.
I knew it was going to be hard, but I thought I would have got more than 4 foot. Just felt like I had no power in my legs at all.
And it's damn heavy.
Very heavy, yeah. So frustrating when you see all the rest going away from you, and then I'm there. I've got to come back into this now.
Keep smiling.
Yeah.
You're supposed to walk, not run.
I think the speed from that event came from pure fear. This is what I was really dreading, that event. I don't like it. It's not been good to me in the past. If I had to do it again straight away, I might even do it faster because I was so scared from the start of it.
Well, I don't think any of the strongmen would look forward to doing it twice, let alone once. Fraser Tranter, part of our next heat of 5 strongmen. Fraser 6 foot 9 inches tall from Wolverhampton. Adrian Rollinson, first timer in Britain's Strongest Man final. Rob Dixon, the human dynamo from York. Russ Bradley, a former winner of this competition, coming back into form. Steve Brooks, second in the final last year from Spennymoor. And that's the big fella, Fraser Tranter, the tallest man in this year's final.
Take your position.
Douglas Edmonds, the referee. 18.7 seconds by Graham Mullins, the time to beat. Fraser Tranter, a little bit of a problem even lifting the weight, but away we go. Russ Bradley starts off well. Steve Brooks struggling. Adrian Rollinson goes down, and so does Russ Bradley. And that leaves Rob Dixon coming away. He never stops fighting. He's the shortest man in this group. But what a time. He's beaten Graham Mullins' time by far. Adrian Rollinson in second place. Russ Bradley third. Good start for Rollinson. Steve Brooks will be very disappointed with that. But Rob Dixon's time, 15.3 seconds. Unbelievable. Tranter in last place. What a fantastic start for Rob Dixon.
I was okay. I mean, I have trained on this type of thing before, but mine actually a bit more awkward. So I don't know if I can handle mine, I can handle these, which are perfectly balanced. So I had my fingers crossed for top 3, and my lad Ado dropped it. Thought I'll do mate. I'll keep my head, and so I was chuffed with that result. Very chuffed, yeah. I think I was quicker than Graham as well, so it's pretty good, yeah.
Well, that's a good start, eh?
Yeah, brilliant, yeah. Yeah, just slipped off my back, just halfway up the course. I think I could have pushed the win there, but never mind, a mistake.
But it's still the early stages. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Rob Dixon may have won the first battle, but the war has only just begun. So here we go with event 2, head-to-head in the car lift. Just the 1,200 kilograms. Lifted up for as long as you can until you're exhausted. I'll tell you who's good at this. My mate Jack. Well, the first 2 men to go were Andrew Raynes and Steve Brooks, who'd both won their heats in this discipline. Brooks had enough just before 1 minute 40. But Raynes, as he had in his heat, looked as though he could stand there forever.
1 minute 50.
But as 2 minutes dawned, he decided it was time to give it a break.
2 minutes.
And next after them were Glenn Ross and Brian Bell.
Glenn Ross looking steady as a rock, and this is an event he would love to win. Well, I'm not sure what that was all about from Brian Bell, but certainly giving Glenn Ross something to think about it, and the crowd too. Well, they both know the time they've got to beat. 2 minutes, 0.3 seconds, 120.3 by Andrew Raynes. That's Jackie Brian Bell's wife. Come on, Brian. Good time by both of them, heading towards a minute. Oh, and he's gone. He was looking so good, and just over a minute for Brian Bell, 61.6. So Glenn Ross, the defending champion, is the only man left standing at the moment. Now, he was just short of 2 minutes in the heats. He did win his heat in this event, but having seen Andrew Raynes look so comfortable at 2 minutes, he's got a lot of work to do. Oh, he's wobbling just a little bit. Jamie Reeve, in attendance, in the black T-shirt there, former world's strongest man from Sheffield, one of the organisers of this event, watching him very closely.
1 minute 40.
Come on!
That's Martin Campbell. That's Glenn Ross's wife too. Yvonne, his wife, all was there, and Glenn Ross is saying, don't worry, it's okay. Now, is he going to beat Andrew Raynes? Yes, he is. He's gone into the lead. So big points for Glenn Ross, surely, in this event. Still a few more competitors to go. But what an effort by the man from County Down. He's trying to do as much as he possibly can now. His arms will be burning.
2 minutes 20.
His arms seem to be growing by the minute as well. The pressure of 1,200 kilograms, mainly on the wrist because of the lifting straps. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, unbelievable. And he's gone down. 2:32. I can't see anybody beating that. Congratulations to Glenn Ross, a magnificent effort. Well, for the time being, Glenn Ross is, no doubt about that.
I was starting to get a bit dizzy, so I sat down because I wasn't trying to save myself for the bus. If it was the last event, I would have pushed it further, but it's not. So, happy enough.
Adrian Rollinson had some bad luck. His straps broke at 1 minute 27. Russ Bradley, deep in thought, didn't help him though. Fraser Tranter, his face tells his story. And Bauke, taking deep breaths, determined to avoid that bottom spot.
I'm really chuffed I beat Fraser because he was second to last and I was last. Now we're even last. I need to start making my way up the board again. That's not very good English, is it? I need to start making my way up the board a bit, if I can.
The last pair, Graham Mullins on the right-hand side, and next to him, Rob Dixon, the winner of the first event.
Tell me. Lift.
Just making sure they're ready. They're strapped onto the car, and the clock starts. Well, we've seen two incredible efforts. Andrew Raynes, just over 2 minutes, and then Glenn Ross, the defending champion, 152 seconds exactly. Rob Dixon, one of the shortest men in this final, and a comparative lightweight at 19.5 stones, but he moves so well, and he's got an incredibly strong back.
30 seconds.
Graham Mullins, 6 feet 5 inches tall, over 25 stones in body weight. You can see the difference in stature between two of them.
40 seconds.
And Graham, who's appeared as a gladiator in the blockbuster film Gladiator this year. This is all about determination. There's no posing going on here. And Rob Dixon struggling just a little bit. Mullins looking fairly composed. It's going to be interesting at the top of the leaderboard after this event. They both want to beat each other, that's for sure. They can't beat Glenn Ross, surely, or Andrew Raynes if it comes to that. Heading towards 80 seconds now. They've got to go past Adrian Rollinson, 87.7 to get big points. And Steve Brooks at 99.4. That's 90 seconds gone. Look at Rob Dixon. Well, I have to say Mullins looking the most comfortable between the two of them, and Dixon is gone, and so is Mullins. That was so close, but it's still very good points indeed. 103.4 for Mullins, 102.7 for a dispirited-looking Rob Dixon.
Graham, were you both just waiting for the other one to drop it?
Definitely.
Yeah. I was struggling at one point, so I had a bite, the pain out of my arms. I heard my pal Jamie Bauke names in the crowd, and I looked onto Rob's left hand. And I could see it getting longer and longer and longer. I'm thinking, go, go, go.
Graham just hit the nail on the head. My left hand was slowly getting longer and longer. I thought, just keep on. If the straps could have held on, I think I would have beaten him, but they didn't. And he was looking at my hand, and I knew he was looking at my hand. There's nothing I could do about it. So fair play to the big lad for beating me.
Glenn Ross, like a rock, more than half a minute beyond everybody else. Raynes in second, Mullins in third. But what that means is the defending champion is right in there near the top of the leaderboard. There's just 5 points separating the top 5. Well, planes, trains and automobiles, I know our strongmen have pulled all sorts of things over the years, but never before a double-decker London bus. And it's the perennial question, isn't it? Just how many children does it take to pull a London bus? What do you reckon, Jamie?
I've got no idea, but let's give it a go. Let's start with 15.
OK.
Take the strain. After 3, big pull. Ready? 1, 2, 3, pull! Come on, pull! Maybe another 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. OK, we're going to pull it this time. Yes! Come on, 1, 2, 3, heave! Yay! Come on! Keep it moving! Come on, keep it moving! And stop. Rope down. Yay!
20 kids, obviously too easy. So let's make things harder. First of all, we'll take some air out the tyres, and as if that wasn't bad enough, all aboard.
Well, goodness knows how much this bus weighs now. It's anybody's guess, but Brian Bell has the task of pulling it as fast as he possibly can down this course. Keeping tension on that rope is so important, keeping a low body position and driving rather like a prop forward would do in a rugby scrum. Going well, especially over the first 10 metres. There's Jackie, his wife, as always, urging her men on. Both of them from Dundee in Scotland. Interesting choice of footwear as well. He's got climbing boots on, just to try and get a bit of extra purchase. He's going very well. He's almost accelerating. The front of the bus must go past the line. Brian Bell, 32.3, absolutely flat out. But what a performance by the Scotsman.
That was a tremendous performance.
Oh, well, I'm quite used to being in buses because that's my job. Driving buses, so I felt at home there. But I had to really go for it to try and catch up the difference to stand a chance tomorrow.
So was that the sort of time you were expecting to do?
I knew by last year I can't pull, so I was hoping to be up there in the top rankings, so I think that'll be hard to beat.
Russ Bradley found it tough, 40.9 seconds for him. Fraser Tranter's the size of a double-decker bus. He found it awkward as well. And real bother for Mal Kay. It took him almost a minute.
Our next big fella is Steve Brooks, and what a pair of shoulders this guy has got. Shame he's wearing a t-shirt in a way. He's got arms the size of coconuts. He's got a back as broad as that bus, and he's moving his legs pretty well too. 21.5 stones of solid muscle, and chasing this magnificent time by Brian Bell of 32.3. He's trying to keep it straight as well, which is so important. Keep an eye on the clock. This is fast. The front of the bus has to go across the line. And Steve Brooks, 7th in the first event, 5th in the second. He needs good points here. He's outside Bell's time, but it's still good. 36.3. He's in second place. That's his best performance so far.
What's the hardest thing about that?
It's about halfway through. The legs start to pump up, you can't feel your legs. You just go into like automatic pilot. All the years of training, truck pulling, and you just got to keep that rhythm going. It's extremely hard.
You can say that again. Adrian Rollinson took 70 seconds to pull his bus. Andrew Raynes, low to the ground, 55 seconds for him. Rod Dixon, that's a bit better, 43.8. Glenn Ross, that's even better, 42.1.
Well, I think Graham Mullins' body weight is going to help him here. He's the second heaviest man in this final, next to Glenn Ross. The pair of them, well, if you added their weight together, you come up with a total of almost 60 stones in body weight. That is absolutely massive. Now, Graham Mullins will be anxious to make sure he keeps one eye on the clock to beat Rob Dixon's time of 43.8. They came into this event tied together at 17 points each. He's not staying as low as some of the other guys, but because of this big body weight he has, this bulk that he's got, which he's using well, I don't think it's going to matter. Brian Bell still safely in first place, Steve Brooks safely in second, but he stops the clock now, 41 seconds dead. He's in fourth place, just outside Russ Bradley's time, and more importantly, he's beaten Rob Dixon.
Brian Bell, he can pull anything. He won the lorry pull last year and the bus pull this. A good result for Steve Brooks and for Russ Bradley. But there's only 6 points separating the top 5. Graham Mullins ruling the roost at the moment.
Yeah, we're pleased with that. I'll sleep a lot better than I did last night. I didn't sleep at all last night.
9 seconds now. We're there. One more bad event. That's a loading event for me to come, and then after that, it's all good. Hopefully we can go and do it again.
So here we go with event 4, the loading race, an old friend, 5 disparate objects to be placed on the wall up here. Starting off with that sack, that's 95 kilograms and that goes here. The barrel's 105 and that goes here. The log is 115 and that goes here. And then the really tricky, awkward anchor is 105 kilograms and that goes here. And then finally, as if that wasn't enough, that really horrible chain, 200 kilograms, has to be placed here. By the end of it, they'll have carried getting on for 3/4 of a ton.
Endurance is all part of this event as well, and these two big fellas may find it difficult. They've certainly got height on their side, 6'4" Mal Kay, 6'9" Fraser Tranter, and both well over 20 stones in body weight. This first object shouldn't be a problem. They've both got the height, 95 kilos, 15.5 stones. Fraser Tranter, the fastest. Mal Kay, well, we heard how he hates coming last in any event. And in a competition like this, which is head-to-head, he'll certainly be watching Fraser Tranter. 105 kilos. It's got to be placed on its end, and Fraser Tranter's got problems. Mal Kay moves ahead. This is tricky. 115 kilograms, 17 stones. Mal Kay moves ahead, even further ahead now of Fraser Tranter. Tranter on his shoulder. Well, he didn't have to lift it very high, did he? This is not particularly heavy, but it is awkward, and Mal Kay is going well. His fitness is showing. Tranter, he just seems to have lost the edge a little bit. 200 kilos, 440 pounds. That last link must go on before the clock is stopped. Mal Kay is finished. What a good effort by the policeman from Scarborough. Now the Wolverhampton man on the chain, puffing, blowing, in oxygen debt, really struggling now, and he's run out of time. 4 objects will count as Fraser Tranter's score here. What a good effort by Mal Kay.
I was frightened of the chain, because I've seen him really struggle with that on TV. But it's not all that. I've been pulling cars with the handbrake on to get practicing going backwards, so a Volvo's heavier than that.
Now this was when Andrew Raynes' lack of height really came into play. He had awful problems getting the anchor up. And even more bad luck for Adrian Rollinson. His log fell off and he had to put it up twice.
One thing after another going wrong, working on is unbelievable. Yeah, started off so well in the heats. Everything's gone pear-shaped now. Just got to go, just put it behind me now and go for it.
Brian Bell got all up in 66.7 and Russ Bradley only managed 4. The anchor was his downfall.
Steve Brooks, he's got to start producing the goods soon. And Rob Dixon, 3rd place overall, but I don't think he's looking forward to this one.
And what about the technique of getting that chain up at the end?
Well, actually, that's going to be a worry, because last year, it wasn't the problem about getting the chain up, it was getting my little 28-inch legs up on that platform. That's the hard thing. It's when you get in there, it's getting that leg up. I was stuttering, I was like, man with a broken leg last year, but I've got to get it up, it's as simple as that.
Take your grip. Ready.
Well, I'm just wondering about getting the sack up as well, because Rob Dixon, well under 6 feet tall, but that is very quick. What a great start by Dixon. Steve Brooks, heavier and taller, and perhaps a little bit stronger, but Brooks showing him a clean pair of heels for the time being. But it's Brooks who goes into the lead now. Steve Brooks from Spennymoor in County Durham. This looks awkward. Rob Dixon trying to put it on in one movement, and he's done it. This is a cracking time by both of them. 66.7 seconds, the lead at the moment by Brian Bell for all 5 objects, and it's neck and neck. It's all down to the chain. Now, we heard Rob Dixon say he wasn't looking forward to this particular part of it. Oh, he's got problems. He did say he might have a problem there, and he was right. And Steve Brooks is catching him. He's moved ahead, and Steve Brooks has beaten him. 58.2, Steve Brooks in the lead and Rob Dixon in 2nd place. A cracking time. It was nip and tuck all the way.
That was a serious race, Steve, wasn't it?
Yeah, better than the Formula 1, wasn't it?
Well, there's lots of overtaking, certainly. Were you watching him?
No, concentrating on training partner Alan, listening to the wife. It's tunnel vision.
You were ahead for a while there, Rob.
Yeah, I thought I would have beat him actually, but I did say before, if the middle legs could only get up on that platform first time I was up to him, I was with him quite some way to chain. I just couldn't get my leg up there. I'm going to blame my dad for that.
Glenn Ross on this side and Graham Mullins. These two guys not built for endurance, but they've proved us wrong in the past.
Take your grip. Ready.
58.2 the time to beat now by Steve Brooks. And Brooks with a 5th, a 7th and a 2nd place does appear to be getting stronger as time goes on. Graham Mullins, the overall leader by 2 points from Glenn Ross. A very important stage in the competition, 10 points at stake for every victory, and Graham Mullins goes on. Well, Glenn Ross, I have to say, at 29 stones, seeing him jogging and lifting that 115-kilogram log onto his head, that was remarkable. He's actually moved ahead of Graham Mullins now. Under a minute is the target. I'm not sure they can beat that. A magnificent time by Steve Brooks, but they're going to fight every inch of the way. Now the chain. They're just about neck and neck. Graham Mullins, if anything, marginally in the lead. Running out of time. When there's 16 seconds to go, 1st place is gone. They've gone past Rob Dixon's time as well. Chasing Mal Kay and Brian Bell, and it's going to be close. Mullins is finished now. Mullins finishes in 5th place. Glenn Ross finished to 74.2 in 6th position. What a cracking competition, and what a victory by Steve Brooks. Glenn Ross, well, he's desperate to win this title for a 2nd time. And the 2 heavyweights here have put on a great show.
So a great result for Steve Brooks, runner-up in Britain's Strongest Man last year, just winning ahead of Rob Dixon and Brian Bell. And this really could go to the wire. There's just 4 points now separating the top 5 strongmen.
This giant log lift is a real task for every competitor. Andrew Raynes the first out. 300 kilograms it weighs altogether, but the pressure on the shoulders is round about 115 kilos. That's around 17.5 stones, about the same as a big refrigerator.
Take your position.
The idea to lift it to arm's length as many times as possible.
Lift.
The referee is going to be very strict about this. He'll tell them arm's length, 2 and down to the shoulders, a little push with the legs as well. Andrew Raynes almost perfectly built for this sort of exercise. He's got massive arms. His biceps are about the same as most people's legs. They're massive. And what do you expect from a former bodybuilding champion and a powerlifter as well? 8 repetitions. Catherine, his wife, shouting and screaming for just one more. This is the target for everybody else. Can he do one more? It could be the important one. Not quite, but that was a very good effort indeed for Andrew Raynes. One of 4 Yorkshiremen in this final, and it's 8 that everybody has to beat.
Fraser Tranter managed 9 repetitions. Mal Kay, though, he found it nigh on impossible, just the 2.
Front of the board, please.
Glenn Ross really fancies his chances in this event. Last year in the final, he broke the world record, a slightly different log on that occasion.
Floor, please. Left.
Oh, he's not even using his legs. That is a straight press out. This man is a monster when it comes to this sort of strength. He's making it look so easy. 5 repetitions are going well, the 6th one coming so quickly, and number 7. Well, if he keeps going at this rate, nobody will live with him on this exercise. But I have to say that if he wants to retain his title, 2 events left after this one, he's got to make his move now. The first man to go into the teens may be. 2 to go, a little push with the legs this time. He's tiring. He seems to have hit the proverbial wall. Now, this is a big surprise. I was expecting a lot more from Glenn Ross, somewhere around about 19 or even 20. What has he got left? There's still some good guys to come. He's in the lead for sure. He might have to sweat it out a bit, along with his wife and all his supporters here at Alton Towers. One more possibly, no. His target is big. It is 13. But I just wonder how happy he's going to be with that one. He's shaking his head. He doesn't look happy at all.
How's that?
Sorry, that was rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Well, I'll just have to see what the rest do now. And hopefully, I can still get the win.
Why was it so bad?
I think it was just a big shock, the weight. I think everybody's had a shock at how hard it was.
Good enough to win, though, don't you think?
We'll see. We'll see.
Russ Bradley, out of contention, really. Just the 3 repetitions for him. Adrian Rollinson, perhaps rather surprisingly, just 7. But even more of a turn-up, Graham Mullins, one of the favourites for the title, managed just 5.
Well, Brian Bell is a former champion powerlifter, and his speciality was bench press, where he was a world record holder. So this exercise could be well suited to the Scot.
Take your position.
He's certainly in contention for the title, but needs 3 good events in a row. 13 still the target by the mighty Glenn Ross from County Down. He's got much longer arms than Glenn Ross. He's got further to push. But he's a very accomplished weightlifter. 6 looking fairly easy. Endurance is a big factor here. They're all big on a single lift or a double lift, but when it comes to repetitions, they're finding it difficult. Tremendous support, as always, for Brian Bell. Now, come on, one more for 10. Oh, he can't do it. Equals 2nd place with Fraser Tranter, but Glenn Ross still leads. Steve Brooks, a magnificent physique this guy has got. He's broad in the shoulder. He's got massive arms. And Steve Brooks 2nd last year. In 2nd place, behind the equal 1st places before this event, Graham Mullins and Rob Dixon. What a surprise Mullins' target was. 5 only. And that, I think, has damaged his chances of lifting this title. Brooks going well, looking to the heavens for some sort of inspiration. He's heading towards second place, I think. He needs 9 repetitions for that. Equal, and he goes ahead. Can he catch Glen Ross? Oh, come on! He's got another go at it. Just compose yourself. Big push from the legs. He can't quite do it. But that looks as though it's going to be good points for Steve Brooks. In second place for the time being. Can anybody get close to Glen Ross? I don't think they can.
I suppose 9 was what you really had to beat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was chasing Glen though, but once it goes, it goes. Can't do nothing about it.
He said he was surprised by actually how heavy it was, were you?
It was very heavy, yeah. Obviously it's world standard now, and that's what we need as British lads to stop the Scandinavian rule.
So you're happy with that?
Ask us tomorrow. I'm not happy yet.
Well, I hope he is smiling tomorrow. Steve Brooks, of course, referring to the domination of World's Strongest Man by the Finns and by the Swedes in recent years. Now it's all down to Rob Dixon from York. The last man to go. Equal first place at the moment with Graham Mullins, but Mullins has lost points on this event, that's for sure. Well, we've referred in the past to the fact that Rob Dixon looks fit to explode when he's producing big efforts. What has he got left? 2 events to go after this one. We're heading to a fantastic climax of Britain's Strongest Man, and the destiny of the trophy, well, it's in anybody's hands at the moment. Heading towards Brian Bell's total of 9 quite comfortably. Now, can he go past Steve Brooks? He's only a point ahead of him overall. If he can get 11, that will be 2 points ahead at least after this event. Now he's chasing Glen Ross. I said before this event, nobody could beat the man from County Down. We need one. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it at the last. But 13 puts him level with Glen Ross for first place. I tell you what, Steve Brooks won't be smiling after this event, but Rob Dixon certainly is.
So how close were you to that 14th?
It would be nice to beat Glen, wouldn't it? Because he's the big press around here. But I'm settled to draw with that man. He's one of the best this country's got. So I'll settle for a draw.
Did you almost feel at 13 that if you'd taken a breath and paused, you might have got the 14th?
I did, yeah. But it wants to be. There's no point in chewing, because I'm happy with that, you know. I would have never expected to equal Glen pressing, but there you have it.
Rob Dixon, a tremendous result for him. He and Glen Ross sharing first place. But Graham Mullins, back in 8th, was his goose well and truly cooked by the log lift. Daylight for Dixon, and just 2 events left. Well, you saw this for the first time in the heat, but now this could be the event that whittles our 5 remaining potential winners down to 3, 2, maybe just the 1. 5 massive poles, ranging in weight from 200 to 300 kilograms, to be picked up, pushed up, and then pushed over. They're called the Fingal's Fingers, but today they've become the 5 Fingers of Destiny. And this is serious stuff now. Eyes on the prize.
I've got to do the business now. I mean, I'd like a top 4 place realistically to give me a good shout on the tyre push.
As far as the overall competition is concerned, you must have thought overnight that I can win this now.
Yeah. I've got 1 hand on the trophy already. Hopefully at the end of the day I'll have 2 hands on.
There's certainly 5 boys in for a shout. 3 of us more of a shout than the other 2 maybe. But we can, I think if I can knuckle down I can do it.
Is it right you're going to wear a helmet for this?
I don't know. It's not because I want to do anything different. I just want to, you know, it's wet. You can see it's raining. I just want to get stuck in. And I was a bit nervous in the heats. I want to give it rock all, but you know, it would make me feel a little bit more confident if I could get some sort of skid lid on. So if it fell on my head, it wouldn't bloody knock me out, basically.
Would it make any difference to you if it fell on your head?
A lot of people would agree, no.
Well, I hope it doesn't come to that. Certainly conditions could not be worse for this event. Russ Bradley on this side and Brian Bell from Dundee. Brian Bell, very experienced, but has never really taken away the big titles. Russ Bradley, the former champion, coming back into form. The grip is going to be so important here. It's soaking wet underfoot. And the Fingles fingers, the first of which weighs 200 kilograms, very, very slippery. And Bradley sensibly wearing gloves. Brian Bell onto number 2, 225 kilograms. That's close to 500 pounds. Bradley just in the lead. Brian Bell on the far side, an outside chance in 5th place of taking the title, but it would require a superhuman effort, especially here. 3 is the maximum that anybody has achieved so far here at Alton Towers, but Bradley is ahead of Brian Bell. Both have got 3, but Bradley was the quickest. Now this would be incredible if Russ Bradley, the former champion, in fact goes out. I was going to say, if anybody could get 4, Brian Bell can't either. So the target is the time that Russ Bradley has set for the 3 fingers, and that was 31.3. Graham Mullins, what about that last event, the log lift? It really destroyed his chances of catching this man and maybe taking the title away from him. Glenn Ross, head-to-head with the gladiator Mullins from Rotherham.
Take your grip.
Not a bad target to go for either. Russ Bradley, 3 in 31.3. Well, Mullins, 33 points in total. That's 6.5 behind the leader, Rob Dixon, at the moment. I'm not sure he can catch the man from York. The big story, though, is can Glenn Ross close the gap and go into the last event and win the title again? Mullins a shade behind Glenn Ross at the moment, but both men now on their 3rd, 250 kilos. That is over 500 pounds. A massive weight. Balance so important. Look at that. Together, but Ross touches down slightly ahead. A good time by Glenn Ross, but slightly behind the lead of Russ Bradley at the moment. But look at this. Can Mullins do 4? It would be incredible if either man could achieve it. Mullins, if he gets 4, could even win this event overall and bring himself back into real contention with 1 event to go. Ross is struggling. Mullins has done it. That is a fabulous effort by one of the men from Yorkshire. The quartet from Yorkshire have done us proud here. Graham Mullins leading the way at the moment. 5 seconds left for Glenn Ross. I don't think he can do it. What an effort by Graham Mullins. A disaster in the last event, but he's come back on song here.
Well, that's put the cat amongst the pigeons a bit, hasn't it?
I had a good feeling about this event. Very, very tough, though. Very tough. I was hit and miss about the 5th one, but it just totally drained. But it feels good now.
What was the tactic there? To get the 3 up as quick as you could and then see about the 4th, or what?
No, pace. Definitely pace. I'm too heavy to sprint. Just going to pace myself and make sure I got 4.
Well, certainly we've never seen a sprinter the size of any of these guys on an athletics track. Steve Brooks full of contemplation about what is to come. He needs a big effort here. 2.5 points behind Rob Dixon. 39.5 points in the lead with just 2 events to go.
Take your grip.
He's never fancied his chances in this event, though. This could be do or die for Rob Dixon. Steve Brooks just a little bit quicker than the man from York. Dixon completes the 200 kilogram Fingles finger. On to number 2. Threw that one up. That was easy. Brooks looking good. Chasing the lead. Graham Mullins, remember, completed 4. Just under 1 minute. Dixon finishes 2. Steve Brooks is a massive man. He's struggling with the 3rd one, though. He's letting Dixon back in. Now, I think you can see from that picture the fact Rob Dixon is well under 6 feet tall. That will not help him at all in this event. And Steve Brooks is just watching the progress that Dixon is making. And Dixon is finished. I think his chances of taking the title have been shattered there. It wasn't a great performance either by Steve Brooks, but if he could get this one, it would make a lot of difference. No, he's finished. And what a difference this is going to make to the overall leaderboard. My goodness, we've really got a contest on our hands.
Where did it go wrong there?
I just ran out of steam, basically. I got stuck halfway down the pole. And with that weight bearing down on top, it just seems you're sinking into the ground all the time. But, I was lucky to finish the 3rd one, actually. It was very heavy. I thought I was moving pretty quick between them, but just like I say, the third one took its toll. Last event again.
What about you in the tyre flip?
I'm seeing nothing. I'm seeing nothing at all. Just watch and pray.
I'm in third position now, so I'll settle for that at the moment. It's just bust balls now. Let's go for it.
Can you win it in the tyre flip?
Well, it's anybody's game. I'm off for it. You've seen all this competition. I've never slapped up once, never. So you can guarantee I'm off for this, you know, like everybody else. But you know, see who's got it most.
And who wants it most?
Well, I want it.
A bad result for Dixon. Graham Mullins back in contention. Steve Brooks may have lost it there. Glenn Ross is the man to beat.
I knew today was tactics was involved in it, and 3 fast ones. I got my 3rd place there. Beat Steve because I knew he hadn't done it in the heat, so I knew he was up against it. And Rob, well, it wasn't a very good event for him because of his height. So, like I say, I went down to tactics, getting a good place, and I've done it. So, just hopefully do the same again in the tyre. I think they need to beat me by a couple of places. That's Graham, and 4 places for Steve Brooks.
Glenn Ross, spot on as ever with his assessment. He's just 1 event away now from retaining his title as Britain's strongest man.
A familiar sight for these strongmen. The 300-kilogram tyres have got to be flipped down the course in the fastest possible time. The first 5 men have already taken their turn. Now it's down to our top 5. Brian Bell. Steve Brooks from Spennymoor, 2nd overall last year. Rob Dixon, a real surprise package this time round. Graham Mullins, well, he led early on in this final. And Glenn Ross, aiming to retain the title. He won at Alton Towers last year. Everybody will keep an eye on Glenn Ross. Here we go. Steve Brooks would have to beat Glenn Ross by 2 clear places. Rob Dixon to beat him by 4. And that would be an incredible effort for this fella from York, but he's struggling here. He led manfully earlier on in this final. Mullins did too. Oh, Mullins is gone. He's struggling. I think he may have injured himself. Ross is leading. What a finish by the man from County Down, complete with Supporters Club. I think Ross may do it. He's come from behind all the way, but he's beginning to struggle now. Steve Brooks, bristling with muscle, knows he's got to win this one big time and beat Glenn Ross by 2 clear places, but I don't think he's going to beat him by 2. They're level pegging at the moment, unless something happens to the man from County Down here. This guy always does his homework. He did it before this event. He'll know what Steve Brooks is doing, but it's not bothering him. He glanced across there. It doesn't matter. If he can flip it one more time, he'll retain the title. Come on, Steve Brooks. A little bit of glory. The last bit of glory, though, will go to Glenn Ross. He's the daddy once again. He's done it against the odds in some respects. The time does not matter one bit. Glenn Ross has won this final event. He's won the trophy, and now he's going to take the plaudits of this crowd here at Alton Towers. This guy really is a gentle giant, but he's a vicious competitor once he gets going. Being congratulated by Rob Dixon. What a couple of days he's had. He's looking for his wife. She'll be the first one to congratulate the big fella.
I love you.
Lovely moments for Glenn Ross. It's one thing winning a championship for the first time, but it's doubly difficult to retain the title. What a moment, and what a performer. He's going to be congratulated now by Martin Campbell, his training partner, and he aspires to be a world's strongest man one of these days. That comes next for Glenn Ross. He's off to Sun City.
Yes!
And this is little Marcus. He looks tiny in his father's giant hands. But his dad is a champion once more.
I just know I could win this one. If I was, I'm going to be 2nd anyway. And Steve Brooks put on a magnificent battle. And Graham Mullins and Rob Dixon and Brian Bell, they were all there at the end. And we all wanted the title. I'm just glad I got it, you know.
2nd again.
I know I can't break the rhythm, can I? I'm happy now. I've had to fight through the heat, as you saw. Had a few bad events in the final as well. I was placed second. It's been a tough one.
It's been a very tough competition, very tight. On the last event, anybody could have won, but I've came up 3 places from last year, so naturally I've got to be happy with that.
Do you think the standard's gone up, Steve, from last year?
Yeah, definitely. Last year we thought it was tough. This year's been that next step higher.
Big lad won it again. I'm chuffed for him. You know, to win something twice in a row. Fair play to Big Glenn.
But you're smiling, but you must be thinking, damn.
Hey, I mean, it's hard work, but, you know, I got beat by better guys. So, now it's back in, get stuck back in. I've improved since last year. So another year, you know, who knows? I'm still smiling, yeah, because I'm fourth. It's better than last year, isn't it, mate?
But Glenn Ross winning it in style, the only man to get to the end of the course. And Steve Brooks in second place, as he was last year. Glenn Ross, can he prove that being Britain's strongest man means he's a serious contender for world's strongest man? So 3 times in a row next year?
Wait till next year. Let me just enjoy this year's again. But the world's strongest man beckons. This time I will beat Sven Carson. There'll be no running game going to put me out. And I'll go on with the whole out now. World's strongest man's anybody's. And I'm definitely going to be there.
And finally the big one. Britain's strongest man for the year 2000, the winner of the Citroen Vans Trophy, Glenn Ross.
And so Mark Raven, the Director of Communications for Citroen UK, presented the trophy to the man from Bangor, all 28 stone of him, who'd retained his title. A charismatic figure on the strongman stage in this country, he's now looking forward to the big challenge ahead in South Africa.
After that, I was concentrating now as on world's strongest man. So where is it, the Sun City?
Sun City, I think it's this way, actually. You know, they talk about the big 5, actually, out in Africa, you know, rhino, tiger, lion, giraffe. I reckon with you out there, big 6. 6.5.
Football crazy dads are the subject of Go On My Son in 10 minutes over on BBC 2. Next here on BBC 1, it's the National Lottery midweek draw.
Who's the daddy?
I'm the daddy!
I'll be back.